Picture this. You're standing on the edge of a vast, still ocean, the horizon stretching endlessly before you. A gentle breeze sweeps across the surface, but the water remains untouched, calm, unbroken. Then, out of nowhere, someone throws a stone, causing ripples to disturb your peace. But as quickly as the disruption happens, the waves subside and the water returns to its tranquil state, even stronger than before. You are that ocean, and those who once thought they could throw stones at your calm will soon find themselves unable to stay away, pulled back by the power they never fully understood. Welcome to another deep dive into the secrets of Dark Stoic Psychology, where we uncover the raw, untamed truth about self-mastery. This isn't about manipulation, tricks, or games. This is about transforming yourself into a force that draws others back to you, not because you begged or chased, but because your energy became something they couldn't forget. Here's the kicker. To make people return to you, to get them to feel that magnetic pull, you don't have to try harder or bend over backwards. You simply need to become the kind of person they can't ignore. Someone so grounded, so emotionally invincible, that the mere thought of losing you becomes a wake-up call. When you become this unshakable force, people will start to gravitate toward you on their own. They'll crawl back to your door, realizing they've never truly known peace without your presence. Too often, we're caught in the trap of over-investing in relationships, whether it's romantic, professional, or social. We convince ourselves that if we give more, explain more, show more, they'll eventually come closer. But here's the harsh truth. The more you chase, the more they pull away. It's not about trying harder. It's about transforming yourself into someone whose presence demands attention without trying to force it. In the words of Rumi, "Why are you so busy with this or that, or good or bad? Pay attention to how things blend." We focus so much on making everything work that we forget the quiet, potent power of letting things unfold naturally. Imagine yourself as a rare, priceless gem hidden deep within a mountain. Those who are truly worthy will come to seek you out. No need to advertise your value. You simply exist, and those who recognize your worth will find their way to you. This is the essence of Dark Stoic Psychology, detachment. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about releasing the need for anyone's approval or validation. You become so self-sufficient, so deeply rooted in your own worth, that others can't help but feel the power of your indifference. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you master your reactions and cultivate an inner calm that isn't shaken by their absence, you become like a fortress, unyielding, unmovable, and magnetic. Think of a powerful river carving its way through the valley. It doesn't stop to convince anyone of its beauty. It simply flows, unstoppable and unwavering. It attracts those who recognize its power, and people are drawn to its steady force. When you embody this mindset, you're no longer a passerby in someone's life. You become the river. They may try to resist, but they'll eventually find themselves pulled toward your current. Another key concept in Dark Stoic Psychology is scarcity. People value what is rare, what is difficult to obtain. When you're always available, bending over backward to accommodate others, you lower your perceived value. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you're constantly seeking to please others, you let them color your existence, and in turn, you lose your own identity. Instead, become like a rare book, locked away in a glass case, only available to those who truly appreciate its contents. Let them wonder. Let them work to earn your time and attention. Soon, they'll find themselves knocking on your door, realizing they almost lost something invaluable. The magic lies in this. When you release the need for their validation, the power dynamic shifts. You no longer wait for their approval, hoping they'll choose you. Instead, you build a life that is rich, fulfilling, and complete with or without them. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The need for them to choose you is a self-imposed limitation. Let go of that illusion, and you free yourself. Ironically, this freedom is what will draw them back in. Now, imagine yourself as a towering mountain. It doesn't bend or sway in the face of rejection. It stands firm, unwavering. A mountain doesn't apologize for its presence. It simply is. People who have the strength to respect its majesty are drawn to it. When you embody this rock-solid energy, your worth becomes undeniable. You'll create an aura of intrigue and magnetism that no one can fake or ignore. In the next sections, we'll explore the deeper principles and techniques of Dark Stoic Psychology that will help you develop this magnetic, unshakable presence. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be aloof. It's about authentic self-transformation. When you truly own your value, when you stop needing to prove yourself, people will feel that energy. You'll no longer be someone they can easily overlook. Instead, you'll be someone they'll constantly come back to because you radiate confidence, inner strength, and quiet power. If you're ready to step into a version of yourself so whole, so complete, that they'll be drawn to you irresistibly, join me as we unravel the secrets to mastering your own magnetic pull. Let's embrace the art of becoming someone they can't forget, someone they'll keep coming back to, no matter how far they've strayed. It's time to stop chasing. It's time to let them come to you. To help solidify this transformation, repeat this affirmation with me. They'll come back because I stand strong. This is not just a phrase. It's a declaration of your self-worth, a reminder that you do not bend to others' desires, but instead stand firm, grounded in your truth. If this resonates with you, drop the phrase in the comments below to affirm your power. And if you're ready for more empowering content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's continue on this path of self-mastery, building the strength that draws everything you desire back to you. Number 1. Cut the apron strings and set yourself free. It's time to cut the ties that have held you back for too long. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a vast, open field, the wind blowing freely around you. There's no one else in sight, no one telling you where to go or how to stand. You're not bound by anyone's expectations, no longer waiting for approval. You're finally free. This is the power you unlock when you cut the apron strings, when you stop relying on the approval of others and start living life on your terms. Breaking free from the need for validation is the first step to becoming a force that draws people in without effort. When you're tethered to others' opinions, you're like a leaf blowing in the wind, caught in every gust, constantly shifting with their judgments. But when you release that need for validation, you transform into something solid, grounded, powerful, and magnetic. People are drawn to this unshakable confidence because it's rare and irresistible. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." At first, this might sound counterintuitive. Why would you embrace being misunderstood? But this is where true power lies. When you stop seeking approval, when you stand tall in your own truth, you become a person who doesn't need anyone's validation to feel whole. And that, in itself, is magnetic. Others can sense your strength, even if they can't explain it. They're pulled to you because you are unapologetically yourself. Picture a mountain that stands firm, unbothered by the changing seasons. It doesn't shift, doesn't bend, and doesn't apologize for its presence. It simply is. People admire it, sure, but the mountain doesn't care whether they do. Its power comes from within, silent, unyielding, and deeply rooted. When you stop seeking external validation, you become like that mountain. People are drawn to you, not because you need their admiration, but because they sense your inner strength and steadiness. How to cut the apron strings and step into your own power. The first step in cutting the apron strings is understanding where this need for approval comes from. Often it stems from a deep fear of rejection, a fear that if we're not accepted, we're somehow unworthy. But this fear is a trap. It keeps you bound to the opinions of others, never allowing you to experience the true power of standing on your own. The moment you let go of that fear, you open the door to a new level of freedom and inner strength. The Stoic way is to focus on what you can control: your actions, your thoughts, your integrity. When you focus on these core aspects, you build an unshakable foundation. It's like a tree with roots that sink deep into the earth. No matter how fierce the storm, those roots hold strong. By mastering your inner world, you become the person who isn't swayed by the whims of others, who isn't affected by their opinions. Instead, you stand firm, rooted in your own truth, and others begin to feel the strength of your presence. Imagine yourself as a hidden path in the forest, narrow, unmarked and untrodden. You don't need to shout for attention. You don't need to wave signs or beg people to follow. Yet those who are curious, those who are brave enough to venture off the beaten path, will feel an undeniable pull toward you. They'll wonder, what's down that trail? What's so intriguing about this person? This is the power you cultivate when you stop needing approval. You become a rare, intriguing force that draws people in, not through effort, but by simply being yourself. When you cut the apron strings, you stop living for others and start living for yourself. You no longer seek to meet someone else's expectations because you've created your own standard of worth. And the paradox? When you stop chasing their approval, they often return, captivated by this new, grounded version of you. You've become someone who doesn't need them to feel complete, and that is what makes you so magnetic. So today, make the choice to embrace freedom. Let go of the chains that bind you to others' opinions. Start living a life that feels true to you, where your worth is defined by your actions, your values, and your inner strength. Stand tall, unburdened, and unapologetically you. Watch as people begin to notice the power you've quietly cultivated. Affirmation. I am free from needing anyone's approval to feel whole. Write it in the comments to affirm your commitment. Let this be a reminder that your strength and worth come from within, and no one else's opinion can diminish that. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue creating powerful content that empowers you to break free and stand strong in your own truth. Number 2. Hit the ground running and ignite your passion. What if every morning felt like the start of a grand adventure? Imagine waking up with an unstoppable drive, knowing that every move you make is a step closer to something you're deeply passionate about. That's the energy you tap into when you hit the ground running. This isn't about rushing or being busy for the sake of it. It's about immersing yourself so fully in your passions and goals that you radiate a magnetic energy that draws people to you. When you're fully engaged in your journey, others can't help but notice. They feel your fire, your excitement, your purpose, and they're drawn to it like moths to a flame. This is the essence of hitting the ground running. It's about being so immersed in your own life and mission that others are pulled in, not because you need them, but because they can't help but be captivated by your momentum. Think of a rocket launching into the sky. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't look back. It shoots forward with a singular purpose, cutting through the air with relentless energy. When you're fully invested in your passions, you become that rocket, a force moving with unstoppable drive, and people can't help but be pulled into your wake. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every challenge, every setback becomes fuel for your journey. It's not a roadblock, it's part of your growth, your progress. And when others witness your resilience and dedication, they're not only impressed, they're drawn to it. They feel the power of your focus, and they wonder how they can be a part of it. So, how does this draw people back to you? It's simple. People are naturally attracted to those who are fully engaged in their own lives. When you're in motion, when you're living for you and your passions, you're no longer waiting for external validation or approval. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You are already whole, already thriving. And that's magnetic. That independence, that passion for your own journey pulls people in, not because you need them, but because they want to be a part of your world. Imagine a lighthouse standing strong on a rocky shore. It doesn't chase after ships, begging for attention. It simply shines, steady and unwavering. And yet, those ships are instinctively drawn to it because they see the light, the guiding force in the distance. That's what you become when you hit the ground running. You don't chase after people or validation. Your drive and passion become the beacon that naturally pulls others toward you. How to hit the ground running with purpose. To truly hit the ground running, you need to immerse yourself in what excites you, what lights you up from the inside. This could be a project, a career goal, personal growth, or a creative pursuit. Whatever it is, throw yourself into it with everything you've got. The more energy you put into what makes you come alive, the more you'll attract people who want to be around that same energy. When you focus on what excites you, you show others that you don't need them to feel fulfilled. You're not waiting around for someone to give you permission to live the life you want. You're already living it, and ironically, that's exactly what draws them back to you. People are always inspired by those who take action, those who aren't afraid to follow their own path. As the saying goes, be so busy improving yourself that you have no time to criticize others or worry about who's watching. This is the mindset of someone who is fully invested in their own growth, and it's powerful. It's the energy of someone who knows their worth and doesn't need validation from others to feel complete. So, if you're ready to stop waiting and start living, take action now. Fully immerse yourself in your passions, your goals, and your personal journey. Don't wait for permission, and don't worry about what anyone else thinks. When you're living from this place of purpose and drive, people will notice. They'll be drawn to the fire you're igniting, and you'll find that the more you focus on what truly excites you, the more they'll want to be a part of your world. Affirmation. I am fully immersed in my passions, and my life is filled with purpose and excitement. Write this affirmation in the comments to lock it into your mindset. Let it remind you that you are the creator of your own destiny, and that energy and passion are what will attract others into your orbit. If you found this message powerful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support fuels us to keep creating content that helps you step into your power and live a life that's magnetic, purposeful, and completely your own. Number 3. Draw a line in the sand and command your space picture. You're standing at the edge of the ocean, the sunrise lighting the sky in a spectrum of fiery golds and soft pinks. The waves lap gently against the shore, but you, with quiet determination, pick up a stick and draw a bold line in the sand. It's not just a line, it's a boundary, a declaration of where you end and where the world begins. It's an unspoken message to everything around you. This is my space, my energy, and I will not tolerate anything that threatens my peace. Setting boundaries is about owning your value and asserting your right to be respected. It's not about building walls or pushing people away. It's about drawing a line that tells the world, I know my worth and I demand respect. When you do this, when you stand firm in your boundaries, people begin to notice. They see someone who commands respect, not because they seek it, but because they've already set the standard for how they should be treated. Here's the paradox. Setting boundaries doesn't push people away. It attracts those who respect you. Think of it like an exclusive high-end club. Not everyone can get in, and that's what makes it so desirable. You aren't available to everyone at all times, and that scarcity is magnetic. When you stop being everyone's yes person, when you refuse to compromise on your peace, people start to work to earn your time, your trust, and your presence. They begin to see you as someone who's rare, and rarity is always valued. When you set clear boundaries, you're not just defining limits, you're defining your own self-respect. It's about showing up for yourself first. You're not a placeholder in anyone's life. You're the main character of your own story. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This is the essence of drawing a line in the sand, knowing exactly who you are and making sure the world knows it too. Think of boundaries as the strong foundation of a magnificent castle. The castle's walls don't apologize for standing tall, nor do they beg for permission to exist. They're firm, they're secure, and they protect everything inside. Similarly, your boundaries are what protect your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. When you draw that line, you're not just setting limits for others, you're reminding yourself that your time and energy are worth guarding. People will often test your boundaries, especially if they see that you haven't made them clear. But once you stand firm, once you let the world know that this is where you stand, they will respect it. They may not like it at first, but they will respect it. Just like the lighthouse standing tall on a jagged coastline, your strength and clarity will draw people toward you, not because you're chasing them, but because you've built something worth reaching for. Boundaries are not about being harsh or unkind. They are about honoring yourself, recognizing that your time, your space, and your peace are sacred. When you make this declaration, you send a powerful message to everyone around you. I won't compromise my worth for anyone. This act of self-affirmation is magnetic. People will be drawn to you because they will see that you're someone who's not afraid to stand on your own without needing to prove your value to anyone. And that strength, it's irresistible. How to draw your line in the sand and make it stick. The first step in drawing a line in the sand is to get clear on what you're willing to accept and what you won't tolerate. Identify what makes you feel disrespected, drained, or undervalued. Then, with unwavering clarity, communicate those boundaries to the world. This could mean saying no when you're asked to do something that doesn't align with your values, cutting off toxic relationships that drain your energy, or taking time for yourself without apology. Remember, boundaries are not about being rigid or cold. They are about creating a space where you can thrive, where your energy is protected, and where the people who matter most are those who respect you, not because you demand it, but because you require it. And trust me, when you stand firm in your boundaries, you will see how quickly others begin to rise to meet your standard. Imagine this: you're not just a person. They begin to see you as a force they cannot ignore or take advantage of. People will start to approach you with a greater sense of respect and understanding because they will sense the strength you have in standing up for yourself. Affirmation: my boundaries are my power. I command respect, and I honor my worth. Write this affirmation in the comments as a declaration of your strength and self-respect. Let it serve as a constant reminder that you are in control of your space, your time, and your life. If this resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us keep creating content that empowers you to live boldly and unapologetically in your truth. Number 4. Play hard to get. Be the prize, not the pursuit. Imagine walking through a crowded bazaar. surrounded by endless stalls of shiny trinkets and everyday goods. But there, tucked away in a corner, is something rare, something that catches your eye with its quiet elegance, a glimmering jewel encased in glass, alluring but untouchable. It doesn't scream for attention, but its very rarity draws curious gazes from all directions. People stop in their tracks, captivated, wondering how they can get a closer look, maybe even get their hands on it. This is the energy you want to embody. You're not a common coin passed around from hand to hand, easily spent and forgotten. You are the rare gem, a unique treasure that can't be obtained with ease. When you play hard to get, you're not playing games. You're simply honoring your worth and making sure that those who enter your world are willing to put in the effort. Relationships, friendships, even professional connections, when you value your time and energy, others will too. Many of us fall into the trap of being too readily available, too eager to please, to the point where our presence becomes expected and ultimately undervalued. But think about it. When you're always accessible, when you're always available to others, what does that say? It says your time is cheap, like a coin that anyone can grab whenever they need it. Instead, you should be a rare treasure that people have to work for, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you understand the value you bring. Now imagine two books. One is easily found in every bookstore, mass-produced and readily available. The other is a first edition, rare and coveted, sitting quietly on the shelf of an old library. Which one intrigues you more? Exactly, the one that requires effort to attain. The rare one, the one that isn't handed to you on a silver platter. The same principle applies to human connections. When you hold back a bit, when you don't immediately give your time, your heart, or your energy away, people will want to earn it. They will feel a magnetic pull toward your mystery, your independence, your value. They'll respect you more for it. You are the prize, not the pursuit. You see, playing hard to get isn't about being aloof or distant. It's about recognizing your worth and making sure others do too. Think of yourself as a lighthouse standing tall on a rocky coast. It doesn't chase the ships or signal them to come closer. It simply exists, shining brightly and unapologetically. The ships that truly value the lighthouse will navigate through rough waters to reach it. The rest? They'll sail on by. And that's perfectly fine because you know your value isn't contingent on anyone else's attention. When you play hard to get, you're not doing it to manipulate or confuse others. You're doing it to preserve the integrity of your relationships. You're teaching others that your time, your presence, your energy, they are not things to be taken for granted. You're not going to be a stopgap in someone's life. You're the prize, and anyone who wants a place in your world has to prove they're worthy of it. Remember the moon and its effect on the tides. The moon doesn't chase the water, doesn't reach down to pull it closer. It exists at a distance, yet the gravitational pull it exerts is irresistible. It doesn't need to exert effort. Its mere presence creates attraction. This is the effect you want to have on others. When you're secure in your value and unwilling to compromise your standards, people will be drawn to you naturally, not because you've chased them down, but because they recognize the strength in your quiet confidence. The power of playing hard to get. Don't worry that you'll lose people if you don't make yourself constantly available. If they're truly interested, they'll step up. They'll do the work. The ones who just want to take what they can get, they'll fade away, and you'll be left with relationships that truly matter, built on respect and mutual effort. Playing hard to get is about choosing quality over quantity. It's about saying, I am worth the effort. I will not be easily earned, but for those who try, I will give them my time, my attention, and my energy. When you play hard to get, you're sending a message to the world that you have standards, that you have boundaries, and that your presence is something rare and precious. Affirmation: I am a rare gem, worthy of effort and respect. Those who truly value me will rise to meet my standards. Write this in the comments to declare your worth. Let it serve as a reminder that you are not a commodity to be passed around. You are a treasure to be earned. If this message resonated with you, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to create empowering content that inspires you to step fully into your power, knowing that you are the prize, not the pursuit. Number 5. Let sleeping dogs lie. Embrace the power of patience. Picture this. You're walking through a tranquil meadow at dusk. The sun is setting, casting a warm golden glow, and up ahead you spot a lion resting peacefully under a tree. Majestic, poised and completely unbothered, the lion doesn't spring to life at the sound of your footsteps. It simply watches you with quiet confidence, its gaze calm yet full of strength. This lion, in its stillness, holds a power that's undeniable. It's a perfect embodiment of what it means to let sleeping dogs lie, to resist the urge to chase after what doesn't come naturally. When you stop chasing, your entire energy shifts. You stop running after people, validation, or fleeting approval. Instead, you step into your own stillness, radiating a quiet confidence that draws people to you. There's something magnetic about someone who doesn't need to force a connection or try too hard. And here's the paradox. The more you chase, the more you push others away. But when you allow things to unfold at their own pace, you give people the space to choose you, not out of obligation, but out of genuine desire. Imagine you're a river. Instead of rushing and forcing your way through obstacles, you simply flow, effortlessly, gracefully, with purpose. The water doesn't fight the rocks or the bends in the path. It simply moves steadily, knowing that it will reach its destination in time. People will be drawn to your current, to the calmness you exude, because it's a reflection of your inner peace. You no longer need to chase the recognition or affection of others. Your presence alone becomes a beacon of strength and certainty. This is the art of letting sleeping dogs lie, trusting that the right things will come to you when the time is right. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a power. And while the urge to chase may feel natural, to run after the people, opportunities or validations you desire, it's in your ability to resist that impulse where your true strength lies. You don't need to beg for attention or approval. The universe knows what you're worth, and when you stop chasing, you give it the room to bring you exactly what you deserve. Think of yourself as an ancient tree standing tall in a forest. It doesn't sway to meet every breeze or bend to every passerby. It's solid, steady, and unwavering, and yet its roots go deep, attracting the creatures who seek shelter in its shade. The same goes for you. When you stop running after people or opportunities, you become the steady force others want to be near. You project an aura of confidence and self-respect that naturally draws those who understand your value. Here's a powerful realization. When you stop chasing, you set the tone for your relationships. You teach others that you won't settle for anything less than what aligns with your worth. You become the lion, not the one scrambling for attention, but the one who is calm, composed, and utterly magnetic. When you choose to let things unfold naturally, you also create a sense of scarcity. People begin to realize they can't just have access to you whenever they want. You are valuable because your time, your energy, your presence, these are not easily given, and that's scarcity. It's what makes others want you more. It shifts the dynamic, making them come to you, not because you chased them, but because they recognize that you're someone worth the effort. Embrace stillness. Embrace your power. So, The next time you feel the urge to chase after someone or something, take a moment to pause. Like the lion, the tree, or the river, stay steady. Your value isn't determined by how hard you run after others. It's determined by the quiet power you hold when you stand still. Let people come to you. Let the right opportunities find their way to your doorstep. You're not someone who needs to prove their worth. You are someone who simply is worthy, and that's magnetic enough. Here's your affirmation. I am the lion, the river, the tree. I stand firm in my worth, knowing the right people and opportunities will come to me. Write this in the comments to claim your power and honor your patience. If this message resonated with you, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to create empowering content that inspires you to let go of the chase and embrace the quiet strength of waiting for what you truly deserve. Number 6. Lay your cards on the table, speak your truth, and own your needs. Picture this. You're at a high-stakes poker table, the tension thick in the air. Everyone is holding their cards close to their chest, pretending to be calm, but the tension is palpable. Then there's you. You push your cards onto the table with confidence, no hesitation, no games. Your cards are out, clear for all to see. There's no mystery, no guessing games. What you see is what you get. This bold move? That's the power of laying your cards on the table, of communicating your needs and desires clearly and unapologetically. Too often we hold back. We shy away from telling people exactly what we need because we're afraid of being seen as demanding or too vulnerable. But here's the truth. Vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's a superpower. When you communicate openly and honestly, you set the stage for deeper, more authentic connections. You stop playing games with your own life and you create space for others to do the same. No more guessing, no more uncertainty, just clarity. And clarity, my friend, is magnetic. Imagine you're building a house. If you don't lay down a solid foundation first, the house will never stand strong. Your communication, your needs, your desires, they're that foundation. When you lay your cards on the table, you're showing the world exactly who you are, what you want, and what you expect. It's a signal that you respect yourself enough to be transparent, and in turn, you invite others to treat you with the same level of respect. When you're clear about your needs, you don't leave room for ambiguity. You make it impossible for others to take you for granted. You're not afraid to say, "This is what I need. This is what I'm worth." And while some might see that as bold or daring, it's exactly what will make you unforgettable. You're a person who knows their value and isn't willing to settle for anything less. And that, my friend, is the kind of person people are drawn to. Think of yourself as a compass. A compass doesn't wander or hesitate. It points the way, unflinching, even in the wildest of storms. When you communicate your needs clearly, you become that unwavering guide, showing others exactly where you stand, what you want, and what you won't tolerate. People will either rise to meet your standards or drift away, leaving space for those who are truly aligned with you. But no matter what happens, you remain steadfast, clear in your intentions, strong in your worth. Communicating your needs is not about manipulation or force. It's about empowerment. It's about standing in your truth, knowing that the right people will respect your clarity and the wrong ones will fall away. When you lay your cards on the table, you're no longer wondering if you're too much or not enough. You just are. And that energy, it's irresistible. So, next time you're faced with the choice of holding back or speaking up, remember, laying your cards on the table is not about being demanding or difficult. It's about being authentic. It's about showing up as the best version of yourself and saying, "This is me. This is what I need, and I'm not afraid to ask for it." you'll be amazed at how people will respond. Some will be put off, yes, but the ones who truly get you, they'll come closer, respect you more, and appreciate the honesty you bring to the table. Here's your affirmation. I am clear, I am bold, and I communicate my needs with pride. I stand in my truth, and I attract the respect I deserve. Write this in the comments to claim your confidence and make it real. If this message resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support empowers us to continue creating content that inspires and challenges you to live boldly, communicate openly, and never settle for less than you deserve. Number 7. Stand tall. Own your self-respect and watch the world take notice. Imagine this. You walk into a room and suddenly all eyes are drawn to you, not because you're shouting for attention, but because your very presence commands it. You stand tall, not out of arrogance, but because you have mastered the art of self-respect. Your posture, your energy, the way you carry yourself, everything about you speaks of quiet confidence and an unshakable sense of your own worth. It's magnetic, and it pulls people in without a word being said. This isn't something you have to work for, it's something you've cultivated within yourself. Like a towering mountain that stands firm against the fiercest winds, you've planted your roots deep into the soil of your self-awareness. You know who you are, and you know your value. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. When you embody that wisdom, you don't just become strong, you become immovable. And it's that unyielding strength, the unwavering respect you have for yourself, that makes others respect you as well. Think of a lion in the wild. It doesn't need to roar all the time to prove its dominance. Its mere presence is enough. It walks with grace and power, not seeking attention but commanding it effortlessly. That's what it means to stand tall in your self-respect. You are powerful not because you shout for validation, but because you've built a life and a mindset that exudes quiet, undeniable strength. People will feel it before they even know why. Standing tall isn't about posturing, it's about living your truth and holding steadfast to your values. It's about refusing to bend no matter who's in front of you, because you understand that your peace, your self-worth, and your dignity are non-negotiable. When you walk with this level of self-respect, others will either rise to meet you or they'll fall away. You've created a magnetic field around you, one that attracts only those who genuinely align with your values and intentions. Think about a majestic tree that stretches toward the sky. It doesn't reach for the clouds. It simply grows tall, rooted firmly in the earth, and the clouds come to it. The winds may blow and storms may come, but that tree remains standing, proud and unwavering. This is how self-respect works. When you embody it in every action, you create an aura of resilience and dignity that people naturally gravitate toward. You become the kind of person whose presence is impossible to ignore, because your confidence isn't loud, it's quiet, subtle, and powerful. So, let's stop chasing validation or seeking approval. Stand tall, plant your feet in the ground, and allow your self-respect to do the talking. Let your every action reflect your worth, and trust that those who truly value you will recognize it. When you stand firm in who you are, you become someone that others not only admire, but strive to understand and connect with. Your strength and confidence will pull them in, not because you're forcing anything, but because you've become a force of nature. Remember this, you are worthy of respect simply by being who you are. You don't need to seek it out, because when you stand tall, self-respect becomes the very air you breathe. It draws people to you in ways you can't even imagine. So own it, your worth, your confidence, and your unapologetic self-respect, and watch how the world adjusts to meet you where you stand. Embrace this truth. I am worthy of respect, and I stand tall in my own strength. Write it down, say it out loud, and make it your mantra as you walk through the world with the unshakable confidence that only comes from knowing your true worth. If this resonated with you, drop a like and subscribe for more content that empowers you to step into your full potential. Your strength, your self-respect, it's the key to unlocking the life you truly deserve. Conclusion: if this message has struck a chord with you and you're ready to embrace your true power, we want to hear from you. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us keep creating content that inspires, challenges, and empowers. Every click is a step toward building a community of individuals who are committed to growth, strength, and relentless confidence. Together, let's light the way for each other and make the world feel the impact of our unapologetic rise. Join us. Your best self is waiting, and we're here to help you unlock it.